Hey everyone, I'm back from my almost 2-month hiatus away from home. So I thought I would do a houseplant tour update. So why don't you grab a beverage of your choice. It is morning here, so no alcoholic beverages on this side of the screen, but I don't know what time it is over there. You do you, and just enjoy this houseplant tour. Also, how cute is this? Oops, I got some coffee. So cute, right? All right, let's get this show on the road. So we're gonna start off with my dining room plants. So again, I believe this is in the same spot as my last houseplant tour. So this is my Scindapsus trubii Moonlight. I'm just gonna move that out of the way for you. So the grow lights are basically directly over this plant now, and I have to say it's been loving it. So that baby is looking great, and it's put out a ton of new growth. Looks really awesome. Could use a nice wipe down. My Hoya linearis is looking pretty good too. I mean, I did just, well, I didn't just get this thing, but when I did get it, it was only 3 strands. So it's been popping out strands. Beautiful. My grandmother's golden pothos is looking really good as well. I think it's liking the grow lights near here too. And we've got the white butterfly Singhania from my beautiful friend Pamela when we did our plant swap. It's looking great. It's been rooting in water. The roots are so crazy. I'm not even gonna pull it out right now, but it looks great. This little spider baby from my other friend Christy, and I think I got some pieces from my friend Kai as well. Sorry about the toddler in the background. Next to it, you'll see my Dischidia White Diamond. At least that's what it was called when I ordered it from Josh's Frogs. And I guess maybe you'll be able to see why. I mean, look at this whole strand. The whole strand is variegated. It's been like that for months. It has not died off. But I'm waiting for some more growth with like some green in it. I think the plant would like that. Behind it, you'll see my Monstera Peru from my other friend, Maria. She sent me a bunch of plants, so this is in spag moss right now. I do want to pot it up, but it looks great. My Hoya Chelsea from my friend Michelle. It hates me. It hasn't done anything. My variegated vanilla planifolia, looking great, and it's growing nice and tall. Very awesome. Sorry. And then next to it, and I got that from, I want to say Steve's Leaves. And then next to it is a ZZ Zenzi. That's a tongue twister. And it's putting out a little new stem. And then next to the Chelsea is my Pepperomia bovinii. It's grown pretty crazy, but it has also lost a lot. All right, down on the next shelf, you'll see an air plant, one of my new interests. I like how this one has some purple at the ends. So I placed it in an amethyst candle holder. We've got some Thanksgiving cactus pieces rooting. Someone almost killed it while I was gone, so I've got parts of it rooting. My Hoya multiflora was also basically dead when I got back. He just forgot to water it. I think he thought it was different because it was in moss. So, but it looks like it's still alive to me. My little black velvet Alocasia hasn't done anything. If you guys watched that plant haul video and I went over that experience. Dischidia Million Hearts. I don't know, this is one of the plants that like aren't bringing me joy. I feel like I'm not bringing it joy, but then again, I haven't been here. So I don't know, I might try to rehome it. And then we've got my Hoya Crimson Princess. It's got a little new growth coming out right there. I don't know if you can see it. Yep, right there. And then last on this shelf is my Hoya Crinkle 8. And all this new growth is so beautiful, much bigger than the old growth, if you can see. So it's very cool. Over here you will see my parallel Peperomia growing pretty wild. I was happy to see that this baby was still alive. And then next to it we've got my little Euphorbia obesa, right there, that's flowering. And then next to that is my Hoya Eskimo, is that what it's called? Looking real good. And then the casualty is the sad Astrophytum, which I'm pretty sad about because I got this from the Lyman estate and it wasn't super cheap. It was a very nice size Astrophytum and now it's dead. I think he forgot to water it. Then we've got my Hoya pubicalyx, which the tendrils have gone a little insane. They are actually all the way up here. I'm trying to make sure the lighting isn't too horrible. And then we've got my Hoya Crimson, nope, we've got my Hoya Carnosa. You are not a crimson anything, which is also putting out a lot of new growth. However, I haven't found any peduncles on either of these Hoyas yet. Then we're going to move to the rest of the table. Next up is this huge Singhania that I got from Steve's Leaves. On their website, it just says reverted Singhania, so I was expecting a reverted elbow, and I wasn't expecting any variegation at all. I just thought I'd be getting a green Singhania with smaller leaves like my elbow. These leaves are massive. I don't know if you can really tell. They're massive. There were a couple variegated pieces on here as well. Let me try to find them. I don't know where it is. Where is it? Oh, right there. Nope. Is that it? Nope, that's not it. So it had a couple variegated pieces on here, which I wasn't even expecting. So that was really cool to see. And it's just been putting out a ton of new growth. Next to it is my Jade Satin Scindapsus, and it's been putting out some new growth as well. I did repot this recently, so I'm hoping that will help it grow. And then we've got my Alocasia Frydeck, which, I mean, these babies can be a little dramatic, huh? It's super droopy. I did recently repot it. It was still in the nursery pot, and someone had overwatered it while I was gone. It desperately needed a repot. It is putting out a new leaf, so this leaf is very, very droopy. And then I think these leaves just want more sun, which I will be giving it more sun later when I move it to another spot. My Singhania macrophyllum. My Singhania macrophyllum is growing very well. I gave it a little stake to try to help it grow up a little more, but it looks really great. It still has some of those marks on it that I just was never able to get off.
I love you.
I love you too, baby. Oh, okay. You guys see. It's really hard to record while she's awake, but if I wait till she sleeps, then the lighting is even worse. And next is my Peperomia Kimnachii, and believe me when I say it looks as crazy in person as it does on screen. This is a very cool Peperomia and fast growing. I'm thinking maybe it's time to take some cuttings. What do you guys think? Next to that is my Splash Scindapsus. I don't know. It's different from the Exotica, but if you watch my unboxing, half of the pot was exotica when I got it. It's not looking amazing, but hey, whatever. Tough life, huh? And over here you'll see my Hoya from LuDISA. It's a Hoya Begonia. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but it has a peduncle, which it did not have before I left. It also has this yellowing leaf. I'm not super worried about it. I think it's sun damage because it was right up against the window. But that's exciting. And then next to that is my variegated Hoya compacta, which is just one strand that I have left from the huge pot that I had, which is sad, but hey, he's a survivor. And up here in this gorgeous macrame basket from my friend Michelle is my Pupicalix Royal Hawaiian Purple. And its tendrils, if you can see, are growing up there. Okay, so I keep my begonias in the kitchen. It just works out best for me here. So here's my Begonia maculata, putting out a ton of new growth. I'll probably take a couple cuttings from it because it's getting pretty large. And here is my Begonia looking glass. Put out a couple new leaves while I was gone. Some baby leaves down there. Very beautiful begonia. You can see the shine and shimmer on these leaves. It's so beautiful. And then here is my Begonia Dimitri from Steve's Leaves. And these leaves are just so cool. They look like bat wings to me. And then they're this bright red on the back, similar to the maculata. A little crispy right there. But definitely different. That has spots. This is more batty. That's just how I explain it. Got some propagations up here, some cuttings I got from some other people. This right here is a Hoya macrophyllum variegata, is that how you say it? I got it from my friend Maggie when we did a plant swap, and it's putting out some new growth. Some begonias and some Singhania. Oh, I also got this little guy right here. This is supposed to be Silver Glory. It really hasn't done too much for me, but I see some baby leaves. All right. Over here, you'll see my silver stripe philodendron. Now, when I first grabbed this plant, I thought it was a Brazil, but I did notice the pattern, the coloring was very different. Turns out it's a silver stripe. I'm glad I snagged it when I did. It was one of my first plants. Got it almost 2 years ago. I'm noticing with the newer leaves coming out, it's producing more of this cream pattern. And the only time I've ever seen this is with Gabriella plants. They sell a Gabby cultivar. I'm thinking this is how it's produced. My plant, I would say, is more mature. So I'm thinking, I don't know, as it matures, does it produce these patterns? I have no clue. It's beautiful though. So I don't know, maybe I'll try to propagate it one day. But right now I'm just loving watching it grow. And this baby's climbing. I've taken so many cuttings. It's just so beautiful. Here. And it's pretty happy. You'll see some strands. One piece looks very different from this piece. They were both labeled bilobata. I don't believe that's what they are. I think people are saying it's the Bertone, however you say it, you know what I mean. All right, and then here is my Sango Neum erythrophyllum that almost died while I was gone. Someone just wasn't really watering it. So you can see, you know, some of the leaves are kind of yellowish, but they're not dead or dying. They do get this way if they get too much sun or not enough water. It's kind of a finicky Sango Neum, but you can also see it is putting out new growth pretty much everywhere. So it's making a comeback, which I'm excited about. But it was a huge plant. If you saw it previously, it had such long vines. It was gorgeous. It'll get there though, it'll get there. Okay, and then we got a couple peperomias over here. Oh God, the names are like escaping my head right now. What is this, the Peperomia ovata or beetle? I don't know, I forget. They both look very similar. They look very similar, but these are more rounded and these ones are pointy, if you can see. I put them next to each other because they do look like they could be siblings, but I don't think they're the same plant. And then here's my Brazil, looking fabulous, growing, growing, growing. Sorry if I was moving too fast. Just all over the place, and every leaf is just beautiful and unique. And then down here I have some more propagations from some friends who sent me cuttings before. A Dischidia that I don't know if it's gonna live or not, and a Hoya cutting that I'm rooting for my friend, and then my fiance threw in a begonia leaf that fell off. I don't think it can be propagated that way, but hey, we'll see. I also have my Cebu Blue out here, and it is still alive, which is great. I don't think it's thriving. I really think this plant would like some more light, but this is where he resides for now. And then there's my Silvery Ann that I just watered, so it's still kind of curled because it's just getting water now. I do like that about these plants. They will let you know when they're thirsty. So that one is growing. I kind of entwined it into my macrame to give it something to climb. Over here in the pantry, you will see my LuDISA discolor. Is that what it's called? Yeah, hold on. Yes. I've been gone so long, I'm like forgetting the names of my plants. So it did have a huge bloom, but I did cut it off, and it looks like it's got some new growth coming in, so I'm happy that this baby is doing well. And then there's my Easter cactus, which I don't know if it's thirsty, because it does have this red edging on it now, which it didn't have last year, so let me know if that's a sign that it's thirsty. I did water it when I got back, but I haven't watered it like the last week or two because I'm noticing it's now blooming. It didn't bloom around Easter time. Maybe it was just waiting for me. But I don't want to water it because I think you're supposed to hold off on watering when these are blooming. So yeah. And then there's some Peperomia bovini propagations. They were here last time and they're doing great. Don't know if I'm gonna add them to the pot since my pot looks kind of bare now. And here are the plants in one of the bedrooms. These are all in my daughter's room. So we've got a fern leaf cactus. I got cuttings about a month and a half ago, which I rooted in water, basically because that's what some plant friends recommended, and it did work. It's not the method I would have chosen, but it did work. So I've got them in soil now. Here's an air plant that I've gotten into air plants, but I won't get started. I don't know what it's called, but he's so cute, and I finally have a plant for my little pterodactyl. And then we've got my monstera. This is the newest leaf. It's also the biggest. I love it. My Paria has one baby. I have given a couple babies away. And then all the white stuff again is just DE on top, and it's got another little baby right there. In the back is my grandmother's Thanksgiving cactus that someone almost killed. Can you believe it? He almost killed my grandmother's Thanksgiving cactus. Like, pieces were rotting out of it. So I'm thinking he may have overwatered. Here's one of my string of spades. So I've got this one. My Hoya Crimson. which has just been growing like a weed. And then we've got another string of spades. There we go. And it is very long. This lighting is just so hard to, but you get the idea. You can see. Here we go. Next to it is my Hoya compacta, which was also very thirsty when I got back, but it's doing okay. My elbow Singhania, lots of new leaves popping out on there. And my tetrasperma, this is not a tissue culture one. This is one of the OG ones, and it's popping out a new leaf right there. And then just a couple plants on the shelves. I've got my string of pearls, which if I move some of these guys, you can see it is growing. I'm so excited. And then my variegated string of hearts. Huh, looks like they're growing too. Thought you guys hated me. So they're still alive, so that's good. On this little shelf, I've got my Pepperomia Hope, which is trailing. And this Philodendron, I don't know what it is. Isn't it like a Florida something? I don't know, but someone gave it to me as a freebie, I think, last summer. She said the mother plant was variegated. I just got the one leaf when she gave it to me, and a couple months ago it popped out this baby, and recently it popped out this baby, and it's got another one on the way. So that's exciting. And then I've got my Crimson Queen. Okay, and on to this shelf. So there's a Hoya that you guys have not seen yet. This was not in my last houseplant tour. This one is fairly new to me. I got it a couple months ago. Some new growth coming in, which is awesome. I got it in a 10 or less Facebook group, which was interesting. Someone had posted that they were searching for Hoyas, and a bunch of people listed what they had. So someone posted this, and the original poster did not claim it. So I checked in and made sure that they didn't claim it. And the seller then was messaging me saying it wasn't 10, that she actually wanted 20 for it, but that she would sell it to me for 15, which I believe goes against group rules. However, I really wanted this Hoya, so I just went with it. It is beautiful. The leaves are really huge. I don't know if, like, that's huge. She said it was a carnosa. It looks so different from my regular carnosa, but a few other people have said it is a carnosa. It's just different, very, very different than the one I have currently, so I needed it. It was definitely sketchy, but it was a beautiful plant, much bigger than I expected. I'm glad I got that. And then we've got my Hoya Sarawaka cream, and it just put out this darker leaf right here. That's why it's dark, because it's newer. And that is the first leaf it's given me since I've had it last summer. In the back, I've got a Carrii Splash that my friend Michelle gave me, and it's got 4 growth points on it. So there's like a leaf there, you can see. There's so many adorable growth points. This Sango Neum, it's a confetti Sango Neum. It was basically dead when I got back. It was just like a dead stem. So, but it wasn't a dead stem, but a stem was all that was left. But as you can see, it's making a comeback. And we've got my Hoya breviolata, and it's got a ton of new growth on it, as you can see. Monstera siltepecana up there in the background, doing good. That one was from Josh's Frogs. Not my favorite people to purchase from. And then this beast, just like last time, my vanilla planifolia is just taking up the entire shelf. It's got a lot of new growth, and the new leaves are humongous compared to the older ones, as you can see. So if you do a trade with me and you want some vanilla planifolia, let me know. And then we've got my variegated heartleaf philodendron, which I'm trying to grow as much as I can, because I know a lot of people want to do trades with me and they want some cuttings of this. So I'm trying to grow it. I don't want to take cuttings right now, but we'll see. We'll see what I'm able to do. My Hoya australis. These are a little dusty. I gotta go over them. Gloriosum in the back. A pink splash Sango Neum. Try to focus it. There we go. My friend Maria sent me that. And then my silver sword. I don't know what happened to that leaf. This one, it had like a bubble on it, and then it, like, I don't know, it turned brown. It was weird. I think it would like a pole, but it's doing okay. There we go. It was so pretty. It's got to be dusted off too. All right, down here we've got my Melanochrysum verrucosum hybrid. We've got my jade Syngonium in the back. Birkin, Shepherdii, which also would like to be dusted off. My Syngonium Ray, Mona Lisa lipstick plant, and a Manjula pothos. In this corner, we've got my Albo, which has put out a few leaves since the last time you've seen it. This is its most recent leaf. And I can see where there's like a new leaf developing already right there. A baby Albo down here. Let me take this off. There we go. Propagated it from the stem. A Royal Queen, which honestly I'm not crazy about. It treats me the same way the Pink Princess treats me. It hates me, so I don't know. It probably wants more humidity, and thankfully we're going into summer where it'll be able to get that, but I don't know how I'm feeling about some of these more high maintenance plants. My Adipoense, I don't know if you guys saw this either. This is, I think this is a new addition compared, since my last houseplant tour. But it put out this baby leaf, and it looks like it's putting out another leaf, and it's just got like a ton of different growth points on it. Super exciting. My Scindapsus trubii dark form, very slow grower. I almost killed it with my heat mat. And then we've got my Bromark's Fantasy. This was its last leaf, and it is working on putting out a new leaf. My Verrucosum just put out a new leaf. My Thai Constellation putting out a new leaf. And this this leaf is yellowing. I'm gonna let it yellow a little bit more and then chop it off. My Monstera Pinapartita needs to be dusted off too, wiped down, but it's putting out a new leaf as well, which is super exciting. My Melanochrysum, this is a smaller one that I got from LuDISA. Again, one of the more high maintenance plants. I don't know. A variegated lipstick plant. Some avocado seed. And I got this from my Secret Plant Pal, which is really sweet. And then another new addition is my Rhaphidophora decursiva. This is from NEC Tropicals. It was my first time purchasing from them. And it is putting out a new leaf as well right there. And then there's my Sango Neum lance leaf, or, well, it's like unidentified, but that's what Steve's Leaves calls it on their website, and it's putting out a couple new leaves. I think I want to give this guy a pole to climb up. And my variegated Hoya Crimson put out a new leaf while I was gone. Oops. And then my big Melanochrysum is super tall now. And I got a bigger pole for it. I just gotta install it and repot this plant. So, I mean, the leaves aren't super big, but again, I don't have the most humid environment, which it would probably love. Then there is my pink princess, who's been, I think, reverting. But, you know, we'll see. Not sure what I want to do with it yet. I don't know if, I mean, I've had it for like 2 years. And I've taken some cuttings from it, but I don't know if I want to call it quits on being a pink princess parent or keep trying. I like that leaf though. Like, you can see some green in it, and then the rest is like a really dark black. I like it. Another new addition is this Hoya obovata. This was another steal too. As you can see, it's super splashy. I think it was under $25, which is, like I said, a steal, because a lot of Hoya sellers will mark this baby up to hundreds. So these are its 2 newest leaves, and I could not be happier. And it's putting out some new growth. But I got that about 2 months ago. A couple of my friends got one too. I made sure to share the knowledge that it was available. Over here we've got my Bonnie spider plant. Let me focus that a little bit. There we go. Putting out some babies. I love it. And then we got my Black Pagoda lipstick plant. And over here we've got my Raven ZZ, putting out a lot of new growth, looking gorgeous. Some of my favorite crystals, and my variegated whale fin. I also don't want to forget, this is my Monstera Adansonii, and it is a wide leaf form. And I got this from Seed to Stem. They're located in Massachusetts. It's doing pretty good. My first Adansonii yellowed all the time. Hoping this one doesn't. I did keep my last one in the shower, and it was much, much happier. But I'm gonna try to keep this one out of the shower. We'll see. Moving on to the living room with some of my favorite plants. We've got a couple of very long trailing micans. Now, these I got from Bros with Hose, and it was my first order with them. So it happened when I first went away from home. I was staying out of state with family, and I bought one, and after 22 days, it still hadn't arrived. By that point, they had already shipped me a new plant. So I ended up getting 2 micans, and they're huge. And I did email them. I let them know that the first one finally did arrive. It arrived on the same day as the new one. And I was like, you know, it's still alive.
do you want me to ship it back? I don't feel right having 2 of your plants. And they said, it's absolutely fine. We're glad they both made it safe. And they were glad it was still alive. So I kind of lucked out there. I'm very glad it was alive, and I'm very thankful. They're such a great company. They shipped me another plant. That was very nice of them. I highly recommend them. The packaging was amazing. And I think that's the only reason why it survived. So we've got Micans, I've got them trailing. And then we got my golden pothos. It was my grandmother's. Some crystals. Over here we have a very long exotica. I'm gonna try to make sure the lighting doesn't destroy this. It is very, very long. It's a huge plant. And then here we have a Sango Neum chia pence with a new leaf on the way. A whale fin with a little starfish sansevieria. And then here we have my Hoya Australis LuDISA, which has some new growth. Here's my fishtail Hoya, my Hoya polyneura from my secret plant pal a couple months ago. I believe this plant next to it is an astrophytum and a variegated Kentiana. And some trailing succulents up here, my rickrack cactus, trailing jade, and a ripsalis. I love how they trail over the windowsill. Here's another view. I think they're beautiful. And outside, I have a couple plants, including my variegated opuntia and my booby cactus, and also a couple succulents that you will see. I hope you enjoyed this houseplant tour. Let me know what you think down below. Thank you for watching.